Alright guys, we have a quiz tomorrow. It says, I'm going to let you guys do the exit slips on your own, so hopefully you guys already know how to do those since we've already done them in class. And this is just the video about the quiz review, the purple sheet. So if you haven't started the exit slips, I'd do those right now, and then watch this video when you're on the purple sheet. So 2,000ths is what? So I put 0.002, 200ths, and 1,000ths. Which one's greater? Oops. Well, Bruce is going to look that way because there is a 2 in the 100 spot and a 0 in the 100 spot right there. Those comparison problems are probably going to be a little bit easier for you. I think that you should get those down pretty quickly. Remember, you need to solve the problem first before you compare it. So break it down to number form, something that you can both, or standard form, something that you can compare it to. That makes it a little bit easier. I'll do the last one, but just only one side of it because I really want to know what you know and how you prepared for the test, not just how you watched the video. So we have 3,000, because 3 times 10 to the third, 400 plus 8/10, which equals 3,408/10. And is that greater than or less than the number over here? So I want you to figure out what this one is and see if it's greater than or less than. Model the number on the place value chart. Make sure you draw your place value chart. Label your decimals, and make sure you label your columns. So this is the ones, this is the 10th, this is the 100th, 7, 7, 7. So those are all numbers of 7, right? Those are all the number 7. But why? What's different about them? Why do each numbers have a different value? Well, 7 times 1 equals 7. 7 times 0.1. No, 7 times 10. Sorry, guys. 7/10. Let me restart for you. 7 times 1 equals 7. 7/10 times 10 equals 7. 7/100 times 100 equals 7. 7/10 is 10 times smaller than 7 ones. 7/100 is 100 times smaller than 7 ones. So what I want to see is that multiplication saying that 7/10 it takes 7/10 10 times to make 7 the whole number 7 ones. And the explanation saying 7/10 is 10 times is 10 times smaller than 7 ones, and 7/100 is 100 times smaller than 7 ones. I want to know your thinking. I want you to explain how you know 7 is in that value, is that certain value that it's in that place value chart. I know that sounds confusing, but we did it in class today with those examples, and you guys showed me that you did understand that. So hopefully you can display it on the paper. We're going to take 7 and hundredths and times it by 10 to the third. Explain the shift of the digit change of the value of each digit and the number of zeros in the product. So what I would want you to do is, again, draw that place value chart, but this time it has 2 rows. So you have 7, 7, 7. Here's our decimal. And it goes times the third, so it's going to go 3 place values. Bigger. 1, 2, and then there's going to be a third one, so there's going to be 0, 7, 7, 7. It moved 3 place values to the right. It got 1,000 times larger. So I would want to see this. You can say you took the value of each digit and multiplied it by 1,000. There were, how many, it says, and the number of zeros in the product. There were 3 place values added to each digit. There will be 1 0 in the product because we have one place value that has no value, but it is still there. So our end product would be 7,770 because we added 3 place values to the right. We're multiplying, it is getting bigger. So here's our script. When you multiply by 10 to the third, you add 3 place values to the number. Each digit gets 1,000 times bigger. That is what I want you to write. When you multiply by 10 to the third, you add 3 place values to the number, and it gets 1,000 times bigger. That is what I want you to write on your paper. That is what I want you to know to be able to write on the test. Divide the product by 10 squared and explain the shift in digits. So remember that product is always the answer that you get when you multiply. It's called a product. A divisor is something you divide by, and then the answer that you get when you divide is your quotient. Okay? So you're going to take 7,770 divided by 10 squared. So it's really going to be divided by 100. So you're going to go 2 place values to the left. Here's it's always after the ones place. Your decimal is always after the ones place, even if you can't see it. It's going to go 1, 2. Your new answer would be 77.70. Explain the shift in digits. You subtracted, when you divide by 10 squared, you subtract, or 10 squared, 10 to the second power, you subtract 2 place values to the number. Each digit gets 100 times smaller. You're taking the value of each digit and dividing it by 100. So 7,000 turns into 70, 700 turns into 7, and 70 turns into 7/10. But I need you to write, when you divide by 10 squared, or 10 to the second power, you subtract 2 place values to the number, to the product. Each digit gets 100 times smaller. This is telling us how much smaller it's getting. It's getting smaller because we're dividing. Remember, when we multiply, we always get bigger. When we divide, we get smaller. The rest of the things you should be able to do on your own. When you're comparing from least to greatest, remember that's Nemo to Bruce. I just want you to look at each individual spots and see which number is the largest, or, well, for here, which number is the smallest. So you know the first number from least, the smallest number, is going to be one of those two because there's a 0 in the ones place, and these guys have ones in the ones place. Remember that chart that I have given you? You will not be able to use it on the quiz. So remember, when you're going from kilograms to grams, you divide by 1,000. Oh no, you multiply. You multiply by 1,000. centimeters to millimeters, you divide by 10. Okay, I'm going to let you do the rest on your own. Sorry. The rest on your own, and good luck. If you can do this without a problem, you're going to be doing awesome. You're going to do great for the test. This video is mandatory, so I will know if you watched it and if you did your homework based on your performance on your quiz. Okay? So I hope you guys have a great day, great night. Do your homework and then go outside and play. Make sure you're very kind to your parents because they love you. Bye, guys.